Today's episode of the Saturday Sunday Hit Anime Show comes courtesy of Crunchyroll Funimation. Watch Spy X Family in sub or dub along with us for maximum enjoyment. A subscription to Crunchyroll may be required for legal streaming. Also check out ReTYE's amazing cover of Spy X Family's second ending, Shikisai. Links to everything in the description below. Now, on to the show! Warning. The Saturday Sunday Hit Anime Show contains no anime footage to comply with copyright laws worldwide. To get the full viewing experience, play the show alongside this video. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Saturday Sunday Hit Anime Show. I'm your anime host, Older Bro.
I'm your excited anime host, Younger Bro.
And today, we are back with Spy Anya, where we are watching the movie.
Again!
Yeah. So this is the first time we've ever had an anime movie that we watched the anime movie outside of the...
Hot take?
Yeah, we watched the movie on its own in theaters because it was a standalone movie that didn't require any information about the show, which is correct. But now we're watching it again because,
it was so good.
It's so good. Why would you not do that? Now, there's been some confusion in the scheduling as to exactly when this happens. We have not been able to find any information on if this is officially after Season 1 or Season 2. It seems to be kind of, it doesn't matter. So, we're just going to take it as it happens now.
Because that's when we were first informed that's when it takes place.
Yeah, I heard the opposite, but only once, and I think Younger Rose heard the former, but only once. And there's no other information.
Oh my. Dun dun dun.
And they broke out.
I like how they don't question this chick from driving out on her own.
Nope. The fact that he can change his voice that much.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Why did you have to change your voice on the line?
Yep. That's about right. Shoot her!
I like how she dodges like,
She paints the wall with his blood, literally.
as a rose.
Yeah. Now, is the hallway here?
But yeah, she dodges like the chick from like Horror Story Coil.
Yeah. Yep. Somehow.
And one of the best characters.
Yep. See, how do you not know that hand grenades kill people? You used hand... Whatever. But is the hallway there?
Oh. Death.
Yep.
Peanut butter jelly.
Mitsa.
Mitsa.
Yeah.
Mitsa called Junjun.
So good. Elegance!
Uh-oh.
The fact that they mentioned that.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Requires it. Sadly, Anya is not competent.
I wonder if he can just barely make out what he's saying because of his mustache and beard.
Probably. Uh-oh. Mission time.
You've been invited to Hogwarts. I'd like that in black and white, please.
Not really taking the photo. Yep. Sounds about right.
There she is. She must have been so happy in this moment.
And there it is. She's like, yes, yes, yes. No.
Yeah, they never explained this in the show. So explaining it now. I like how she actually says it.
Yep. Why are they up on the roof?
They're raising the flag.
But why is this even their job? They're office workers.
Office workers do that. That's part of their job.
What the fuck kind of office have you been in that you need to raise a flag as part of your desk job?
Usually normally it's for campaigning people.
What?
Like if they have connections to the government, they usually raise the flags.
I legit have negative idea what you're talking about at this point. So I'm just going to say no. No normal desk workers are being asked to go hang up a flag. They hire somebody to do that. Either they have somebody in like building and maintenance do it, or like they would just have the flags already there.
I'm just saying it's not unheard of.
No, you don't.
There it is! It's right there! It's clearly there! What?
Actually, where is this even at all? Like, yeah, they're in it now. Like, huh? I'm gonna need a design of this house, because I'm so confused. And if not, I'll get it.
So, okay. So, anyone who has been trained to lower and raise a flag at any point in their life and the job knows that you have done it can raise and lower a flag.
It's not. This isn't a fucking military thing in most cases. You can raise and lower flags. You don't have to be trained to raise and lower a flag.
Apparently, you have to.
You do not. I don't know. Unless you're talking about the U.S. government. No.
Yes.
No. This is literally a mayoral office. Like, the mayor does not need you to go raise and lower a flag and go get training to do that. I promise you, you are way overthinking this.
I just Googled it.
I promise you what you're Googling is way overthinking this. You don't need training for that. Like... Myth!
No, Lloyd, it will become a myth, believe me.
I can go.
By the way, guys, this is my third viewing of the movie. I
That's why he's spending time looking up whether or not you need to have training to raise and lower a fucking flag.
But yeah, I watched this when it first came to
Yeah.
Crunchyroll, and this would be my third viewing. I just bought the movie, so this is only my third viewing because I haven't watched my actual disc.
Yeah.
That was the plan, but I'm counting this as the the viewing where I own the disc.
I think this house is even more wrong than the normal house. Actually, I think that the place he was standing in was the hallway out, which the kitchen isn't even in this shot.
I don't even know.
I'm so lost as the layout of this house. So guys, how hard is it to have a designed house? But yeah, I'm certain in the movie that they said how many Stellas she had.
If they do, I'm pretty sure it's still one.
Yeah, but I don't. They didn't say it yet. So I'm like, I guess they never did.
Did you know, guys, this is a Christmas movie?
It is hardly a Christmas movie. It's just snow. Snow does not make Christmas.
Wait, she hasn't gotten a Stella?
Well, just any Stella. The whole point is she's never gotten a Stella for studying. Hey, a key.
It's a nice key.
Dog pass. I was under the impression that in order for her, I guess she doesn't have to touch Bond for that. She has to read his mind.
Yeah, she has to read.
Why don't you work on her handwriting? Never mind. Just make out.
They still have not kissed yet.
They tried. She's trying not to think about the hearts in her eyes right now. Why am I so hot under the collar then?
No. And watch as you do anyway.
But spy. Yeah, spy rules. That's fair. The fact that she's able to differentiate between those two things is very important.
Okay, guys, so we've not seen these two before. They're made
Yeah,
for the movie.
They're completely brand new.
Unless they're in season 2.
Yeah, that we're aware of, but I'm pretty sure they're brand new.
Yeah, guys, we have not watched season 2 whatsoever.
8 in room 8.
Really? Chocolate?
Again, I say this is like Jujutsu Kaisen bullshit. Oh no. The funny thing is, this is kind of the opposite of what happened.
The opposite of what happened with what?
When East and West Germany actually reunited, pretty much every business in East Germany failed.
Oh.
Because every business in East Germany was communist and government subsidized. There was no private ownership. And so what happens when you have a government that has private ownership and another government that has no private ownership and whose businesses are 100% subsidized? Well, the subsidies go away and all the businesses fail.
Oh, God.
So. Flower divination! Completely forgot about that.
Carabina. Mm-hmm. She broke the lock.
The fact that this works.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Anya, close your eyes.
You messed
She
with
didn't
her.
watch.
They're dead.
But you're the thief.
Anya, you're a thief too. Yeah, seriously. Why is everybody on edge?
Why aren't you on edge? You're the spy.
Grand Central Station.
In Moscow. Actually, I'm not sure where this is based. I presume Moscow because the weather, but it could be somewhere else.
She's fixing the snow.
Giant snowman.
Frosty put on some weight.
I'm shocked they he didn't actually get or she didn't actually kill them. Like, why didn't you kill them?
Because Anya was there.
There was other solutions. They could have she could have said, hey, please go out into the hallway.
No. You poor Bon.
No, good food.
I want food too.
Off menu items.
Good boy, Bond. How does this work?
It's cold.
Yeah.
At home.
Or not.
I'm sticking my nose into my sister's business. Wait a minute.
It's so good. Oh, they knew he would try.
Yep, of course they did. He has one thought, and it's, is my sister safe?
Ouch.
Which is why you adopted Anya. And how does any of that explain the name of this restaurant?
Because he...
Because of the rubble.
Rubble.
Yeah.
Taste it now.
Yeah, if you just eat it right now, you'll be fine. Ah, the villain. They're not the ones eating this. You are. Fair enough. This man is a 5-star restaurant. You only wrote for 1 second. Wait.
He
Yeah.
lusted the measurement.
Yeah.
He lost.
He went. Yeah, he went. Again, he was right. He wasn't enough right.
Huh, yeah. Yeah, for a few days.
Yeah. Well, for 1 day. They're only here for 1 day. It's a day trip. Well, actually, it's a day and night trip, I guess.
Ouch. This dude's memory is so good. Easy.
She's stuck on the kissing part. This wasn't random.
She's so oh man.
Bathroom.
The sparkle party.
It's fair. There's a lot of lights here.
Christmas, Christmas time is here.
Is Anya the type of person to wait for you? No. Boo.
These are some heavy duty ones.
Where did she get that
She
from?
did hit it.
Yeah, where did she get that phrase from? And why is he not saying anything?
Spy. Nice. He knocked down a few things.
How did you get on the train?
Chugga 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 choo choo.
She put it on.
She did put it on.
Time to get drunk. You didn't marry for love, but
Look
love
how
you will get
fast.
regardless. Hey, look,
How is
wine and
this fun?
wine and coffee. I also don't understand women. I think he thinks coffee, but
Red wine.
yep. Not enough.
Liquid courage. Yes. Your
She needs 5 alcohols.
gallons. I like how this is the second time she spazzed out on him. Ah!
No, but they should be.
Wake up, sleepyhead.
Out drunk.
It's still so good. Blood.
When did that come? When would that have come up?
It was one of the random days at school.
I guess. But I'm just saying, what would have caused that to come up where they started talking about divorce?
She watches her
Yeah,
romantic
I
shows
guess.
all the time.
I guess somebody got divorced in in Berlin Love.
Yeah, that.
She is 100% right, but you still shouldn't say it.
It's still so good.
Yep. And she was right.
Oh man.
Anya just needs to break the ride.
Meow.
And she
You
lost her
didn't
hat.
tell her it was Fiona.
Nope.
Good.
She also doesn't know it was Fiona. Even though Fiona's the only one with white hair in the entire show, I think. But
It was far away.
Yeah. The only way you're going to be a much better wife to her is if you're sleeping in the same bed. Yeah, we're re-referencing that scene.
Oh. Go went for the kill.
Yep. They flirted backwards.
It happened again. Wait. Okay, Anya.
No, you've been fought. Yes.
Wait, you two flirty?
Good. We just disagreed with
Progress.
you.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Excuse me, were you or while I go cheat on you with Fiona?
As he drives off out of the city. Sorry, this guy drives out of the city.
The blimp.
Yep.
Wham.
So they're clearly. So I think they're using the terms East and West very liberally. As in, like, literally all Eastern countries and all Western countries. Because it sounds like the Republic of Albo is not. It's not Estonia and it's not Westalis. But it's part of the East or West. I believe the West. I will not.
Mission with Twilight. Mission with Twilight. But yeah, if they do mean that generally, that's nice.
Yeah. So yeah, Albo is just somewhere.
I like how he worked. He went to the Walmart to work to look for it.
Hey, you gotta look in the back area too. The fact that he's doing all this quickly.
Gotta do our Mission Impossible.
Yep. None.
Don't break anything. It's not our place.
How did you guys get away with saying we wanted 3 beds? Surely you would have had to say 2. Oh, here we go.
I like how she asked, please. You're the boss. Then
So cute.
it was all fractured when Anya suddenly dies.
Time to call in a favor. Was this the same girl? This wasn't the same girl, right?
No, the other girl was blonde. I knew it was.
Now what?
Yeah, so that's why he arrived at the end of the movie, because they just didn't have time.
Yeah.
And it's not a spoiler, guys. This movie's been out for a while.
I mean, it's probably a spoiler for the people watching this who've never seen the movie.
I guess. No. Yeah, they're trying to enjoy it as family. That might actually be a legitimate reaction. Yeah.
The operation.
Thinking. No. I'm so pissed at
Oh no!
you. I didn't notice the band turned into the heart. That's amazing.
I'm sorry, what? Completely illegible.
Illegible.
I like how they know it's a note. They know it explains what she's doing. They just don't know what it says.
Hilarious. Who's Anya? Cherry liquor.
It's close.
Why are you pointing those stick things at me?
They're divining her location.
Bon tries.
KO.
Poor Bon. Yep, she's been kidnapped. Uh-oh. Damn. I'm just chilly.
It's so weird.
They make this so good.
Yeah. This movie
is one of
is
the best
insanity.
scenes.
Again, what do you think's going on, Yor?
She's too oblivious to question it. Papa, help! They want to murderize me.
Well, take the fly together.
And off they fly. But yeah, I do have to ask, like, why does Jordan question it more?
Yeah, it's like the first time was already questionable, and the second time is like, why are you not questioning this?
Moving will also make you poop your pants. In fact, it makes it worse.
Could be.
Damn.
Ooh.
My precious Twilight. You made her so happy.
Out of rage. She finally got up the courage to say the thing. I still love this duck. What is this? What is with this? I've seen this 3 different times in Japanese media. Why are their potties ducks?
I don't know.
Because Hamtaro did this. This did it. Fuga did it.
And let's see the best scene in the whole movie.
You thought a man's romance was the most beautiful pooping scene in all of everything. No.
We're are flushed away.
I mean, that's factually what happens when you poop. It all goes away.
It's so...
See, whenever any media makes poop jokes, they are always like the lowest common denominator, bottom of the barrel. But then you see this movie,
like
which decided, what if we spent half our budget on the poop scene?
It's just one of the grandest scenes I've
Like,
ever
it's completely different animated than all the rest of the movie in a way that has to be way more expensive than the normal animation. Because this looks like actually hand-drawn animated. And if it's not, like, holy shit, did they burst the budget on the pooping scene.
Oh, it's Chimera and the flying...
Why wasn't this in the game?
Uh-oh, she's going insane.
She's had the most almost orgasmic level poop of her life. False alarm! They are literally doing a demonic circle.
Chop, chop. Oh boy. Why does everybody keep second guessing me?
They're shooting their own ships. Yor never questions any of this at all.
Nope.
You can understand why it might not be the most canon movie.
I think it does bring... She does bring it up a little bit. You'll see.
They're literally using guided missiles. Which again could hit their own ship. And the only reason it does not hit their ship is because he doesn't want to shoot down the ship Anya's on.
Yep.
We're going down. Good luck with that. Everyone survives this.
Yeah, seriously.
I will make another. Yep.
I
She's like,
don't like this.
I love the fact that they're going to try to shoot the world's greatest assassin. Or at the least, their greatest assassin. Also, this risks shooting your own ship. Again, you know what a grenade is.
Lucky.
Again, the woman who works for Estonia, who is now attacking a Estonia government plane.
I can't believe she didn't fall off.
Yep.
At least he's not dead.
With what? Kill her. This also definitely never shows up anywhere else.
Nope. Maybe he's somebody in the season 2.
No. Certainly it's all new.
Hallelujah. It's beautiful.
Really?
Yep. Hey, look, the bowling game.
Yep. You are invading a government plane. A secret government plane.
I think their attacking is justified.
Where did she get this, like...
I don't know.
I still don't understand this next bit. Suddenly, Spy Family, well, first off, not only are they fighting on the inside the Hindenburg on fire, which famously hydrogen is extremely explosive.
Yeah, so it should have blew up by now.
Yeah, but again, maybe they're using helium. But suddenly we're fighting a fucking Full Metal Alchemist villain. Or a Dragon Ball villain. He's from the Fred Ribbon Army.
The Plague Doctor.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a Full Metal Alchemist villain.
Well, you're not Fiona Apple. If you're not Fiona Apple, I don't give a rat's ass.
It's like, what the hell?
He's a cyborg.
Yep. I'm gonna assume this is part of their Super Soldier program. Type F Super Soldier.
They call me Android 16.
Good.
Worst timing.
Yep. That's from my daughter.
Knockout.
You know, you can talk through a gag.
Mm.
A cipher.
Well, wow, wow.
How do they have this many bullets in their pistols? I understand this guy. His entire chest is bullets. He's basically not capable of running out of bullets.
Oh, damn. No, you ran out.
Yeah, but then he brought out the RPGs.
This guy's like Nemesis almost, where he can
Yeah.
just summon new weapons on a dime.
Yep. Knocked him down a level. Yor would absolutely be able to keep pace with like several Dragon Ball Z characters. How is that not harming you right now? How is the ship planning to actually do anything at this point?
I don't know.
It is so on fire that it's going to explode. Gas him.
Uh-oh. This trap must be made out of leather or something.
How did the gag unwrap her? Like, whatever.
Oh.
Also, isn't that stuff explosive?
I'm not sure.
The fact that this works. You may be good, but you are not Twilight. The fact that he convinced them to take their actual captain and abandon ship with him is shocking.
So good.
How is it not overheated?
I think it just did.
The only thing strong enough to beat him is himself. Well, Yor has just declared war on her own country. Missed. His bullets are flammable too, though.
Wham.
Was it enough, though?
We don't find out until season 2.
Yep, if we even find out then.
But yeah, the ending scene is her going to the beach, and I wonder if that's the start of season 2, so this has to be before season 2.
The ship is exploding. Maybe wait till later. Yes.
Your buys this.
This is more believable than some of the other things he said.
I mean, that guy did have a good nose.
Good.
Yep.
On the plus side, the microfilm's destroyed. 100%, certainly. Somehow.
Even Anya's like, you really?
Just to be fair, they are now saving Estonia from Estonia's own airship hitting it.
Yep. So you have to do it manual.
Yep. I may need more people to help turn!
Wow, suddenly when you grabbed this, it was easy.
Also, I think I now have a concussion. You might literally break the wheel if you help. Oh, wow, yeah, that's actually way easier. That's not how a rudder works. Rudders don't make the thing go up. They make the thing go left and right.
Poor Anya.
Yep, there we go. Barely.
Man, only inches.
Yeah. The fact that Yor doesn't know who who Nightfall or Night Vale, whichever one it is, Nightfall is by sight is shocking. Because I understand not getting the person who, like, was far away, but how did you not know the? Oh well, no. She saw the hospital or the hotel staff when she opened the door to say that Anya was gone, and presumably again when he asked for a plane.
I don't know. Could have been somebody arriving late. Yeah, my hair.
So cool. We're all alive.
Look at us. Bunch of jackasses sitting together.
The fact that this happened is insane. What does that mean?
Whatever. I stop questioning it. Yours just stupid.
Yours just stupid.
I don't think he knows he's a spy.
He doesn't know that Twilight is your husband either. Like, he knows Twilight is a spy. He just doesn't know that that Lloyd is Twilight.
Oh, right. You mean Lloyd?
That's why I said Lloyd.
You said your.
Sorry. Yeah. Also, that girl was definitely the girl that was talking to the
Yeah, seriously.
So 100% we know what he was gonna get.
Ooh, sparkly water. There are some fountains that actually do have fish. I've seen at most one.
I was gonna say, usually those, it's not the fountain, it's usually part of like a larger lake section that has fish in it. But like standalone fountains generally do not.
They don't, but I have seen one. I can't remember where it was, but it was on some vacation. If I had to bet, it was probably somewhere in Florida.
Yeah. Because like normal like koi ponds and stuff can have fountains. They just usually don't. Because, you know, it's kind of a risk that a fish might swim into the fountain's like pumping structure and like get stuck.
Yeah, it was a fountain this size though. And it wasn't koi fish. What was it?
Yeah. Who knows? But either way, it's like that's usually why you don't see it, because it's I mean, everyone saw the plot of Finding Nemo. That can happen.
I remember seeing gars in it. Like, I've seen alligator gars in it.
Yeah.
And spotted gar. Or was it just spotted? No, it was both. Oh. It'll taste like damn it. Uh-oh.
Shots fired. No, that's her mom.
Again. Blew up.
Yep.
Another
They
outing.
go along with this.
And still Estonia.
Yeah, of course they can't leave Estonia.
I heart peanuts.
Yep.
And there is a post-credit scene.
Yep. But we'll still talk through this movie. So, because we've got a lot to talk about, presumably. Maybe not. I don't know.
Unless you
So-
want to do the review.
That's what I'm saying. We
can.
can go through the credits, because the credits are semi-substantial. They are like 3-4 minutes long. So, okay. So, because the last scene doesn't have anything to do with the plot. Like, it's not something that's going to change our opinions of it.
And
So-
I already did tell everybody what happens.
Yeah, so.
More or less.
Okay, so. Younger bro, having watched all of Spy Family before watching this movie, what are your thoughts on Code White?
Okay, so it does dishearten me that no one knows what to do with this movie. Like, a lot of people are saying it's a throwaway movie that has nothing to do with the show.
Yes, and that's pretty normal. Most movies have nothing to do with the show. Technically, every Dragon Ball movie has nothing to do with the show.
It did until the newer ones.
Yes. And that was only because Toei literally forced Akira Toriyama to make
acknowledge them.
Well, not even that. It's the first 2 movies were literally they made the movie, and then the plot of the show was the plot of the movie. So that he literally couldn't retcon the movie because it now is the plot. And then after they did that twice, then we got Broly.
Yeah, I don't.
And also Akira Toriyama now can't retcon Broly because, obviously.
Maybe a lot of people don't want another Dragon Ball situation again.
No, it's... you have to understand, this is the most common thing. Almost every anime movie is not canon. That is extremely... In fact, I would say that's even common in our movies. Like, if a TV show has a movie here, it's also non-canon. Like, the Teen Titans Go movie is not canon to Teen Titans Go.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. Like, they almost no movies from any TV shows, even Western ones, are canon to their own shows. They're almost always we reference the show, but the show will never reference us. Because that's the point. They're supposed to be throwaway. Because otherwise, then the people who are making the movie, which are often not the TV show makers, have to know what's in the movie and keep that as, like, important events.
I'm pretty sure they had that movie to lead up to the next season, but
To lead up to, but it's not part of the next season. And it's not referenced to the next season. It's just... It does what it's supposed to do. It makes you hyped for the next season of the show, and you get to see new, cool content that would cost too much for the the TV show's developers to make. That's why the shit scene's in this. Because there's no way the TV show's budget could ever put that in. It's impossible. It would cost too much.
But I know that the Teen Titans Go movie, they had a post-credit scene that ended up into a special event that then led into the next season.
Yes, but that doesn't make it any more canon than having a scene from the end credits of one of these.
They did a multiverse saga thing, but
the point is, this is extremely common in pretty much every form of media. The movies are almost never canon, unless it's an entirely movie like series. But if it's something like this, like hell, even Madoka Magica, the movies aren't canon. Because the movies are the show. They literally just retcon the whole show with the movies. You just watch the show and then watch the third movie, because that one actually is important.
I don't even know if the next Madoka Magica thing is a movie or if it's a show.
From my understanding, it's a movie.
Okay.
And it is continuing the story. But yeah, it is very common. In fact, I would say the normal for the movies to not matter.
So I don't know how we didn't know how to fit this movie. We didn't know if we should watch it before season 2, after season 2.
We'll look it up. We do try to look up every time.
It up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When we go to watch these kind of movies for the show, we do look them up and see if it matters. But if it doesn't matter, we just put it generally when it came out. And since this was announced at the same time as season 2, and there's no consensus on whether it's before or after season 2, we just said, we'll do it now.
Yeah, so anyway, I thought this movie was so good that I thought it was better than the newest Godzilla movie. Like, that was my first impression of this movie.
Yeah.
And it's still the case.
Yeah.
There's no in between. It is still better than the newest Godzilla movie.
Yep.
Now here's the post-credit scene. Dang it, Lloyd.
Yep.
But,
oh, this is also Toho. And Shueisha. So.
But, yeah, guys, most of what I've said about this movie is in the hot take. It's obviously a 10 out of 10 movie. Like, it is one of the best animated movies I have ever seen. And it's also one of the best anime movies I've ever seen. Fucking love it. Does not deserve anything less than a 10. Like, the characters are great. The jokes are great. Like, the animation's beautiful.
Yep.
Love it. Would like to see another movie. Want to see more Spy X Family. I'm pretty sure they confirmed season 3. We're still waiting on it.
Yep.
I want to see more of this anime. And I can't wait until we do.
Yep. Alright, so, talking about this movie. Yeah, I would thoroughly agree. The movie is still absolutely great. Very thoroughly enjoyed. The characters all still fit with the show. I agree that I don't exactly know when it fits, because they never actually do say how many Stellar she had, so it can really fit wherever.
They said a Stellar Star.
Yeah.
But that was mainly for the new Stellar Star.
But they never actually say how many she has. Exactly. So, it's not possible this is before season 1. It has to be after season 1.
Or during season 1.
Yeah, and from my information about season 2, it picks up literally right where season 1 ends. So...
After First Contact, yeah.
Yeah. So, it's unclear exactly where this could go, but I think the point is, this is just a story that happens at some point in the show. It doesn't have to have a certain place where it happens.
Just their vacation episode.
Yeah, they did a vacation episode, and that's fine. So, I don't care too much about that. Yeah. Thoroughly enjoyable. Villain's great. Characters are great. But I keep coming back to the one single problem I have with this series, which is they can't commit to their own bit. The whole bit of this show is, it is a spy family. If they wanted this to be, it's not The Spy Next Door. There's several shows that I could be referencing, and I can't think of the one that I'm actually trying to reference. But there are several shows of like Spy Kids, I guess, would work for this, where you grow up and your parents are spies, and you know they're spies, and they know they're spies,
and they also became spies.
Yes.
But yes, you are thinking of Spy Kids.
Well, I wasn't necessarily thinking of Spy Kids, but Spy Kids works for this.
But it's a good example.
Yeah. If this show wants to be Spy Kids, it wants to be, the kid knows, the parents know, then this movie makes sense. So does the first 2 episodes of the show. But that's not the bit they want. The bit they want is, it's a comedy where Anya knows because she's psychic, the dog knows because he can see the future. But Yor and Lloyd are not supposed to know. But they keep doing things that are fundamentally impossible for them not to know. There is no possible way that Yor can expect that if he throws a grenade at his patients, that is not going to hurt them. Because she uses grenades in this movie! Or at least sees them thrown at her and knows that they hurt her. There's no reason for her to suspect, like, this is a government plane. They give an answer at the end of like, oh, it's thieves. And that is believable on some levels. Yes, these thieves stole a government plane. But then it's reported in the news that a government plane blew up on a training mission. Does she just expect that the government's lying? They never go into that level of like, but why does she believe what she believes? She just trusts Lloyd inherently, even when it is fundamentally impossible for her to do that. Because even if you take as fact that this was a band of chocolate thieves who literally go around and steal from chocolate factories like Willy Wonka's and then take them and sell them on the black market, which could work. And I could even see them propositioning a government plane for that. The fact that he found that Anya escaped, he found out that Anya was kidnapped by this specific plane and flies up to kidnap or to get her back. And not a single person figures out, why is he this good at these kind of things? Why is he basically...
Well,
like
Fiona found the information for him.
Yeah, but the fact that... But again, it's not about that. That makes sense. It's
but
the fact that him to Yor doesn't ever question why he's jumping on a plane to go after a government plane.
Yeah, all Lloyd says is, I did this around college.
Yeah, that he flew planes in college, which is believable. I can believe he knows how to pilot a plane. But it's just the fact that, what kind of man would say, yes, my daughter has been kidnapped. She's on a government plane. I'm gonna go fly after the government plane and risk being killed. Like, I understand protecting your daughter. That's not what I'm objecting to here. But you've got to remember, this is the Soviet Union. Imagine you, an assassin who works for the Soviet government, hears that your husband is getting in a plane to run down a Soviet plane that is staffed by presumably Soviet officers. And she never once says, hold on, maybe you shouldn't try to take on the whole government? Even a little bit? Like,
nope.
And so it's like, again, I love this movie. It's a great movie. But it's like, come on, girl. Can you not for a single second think, she doesn't even think he's in the... Why doesn't she even think he's state security? She doesn't know her brother's state security. but she could at least think that he's state security, because that would make sense.
I just don't question.
Yeah.
Like, I understand it's
like...
it's a loophole, and I
Yeah.
just look at Yor and say she is either the most oblivious person
She
I have
is
ever seen,
very oblivious.
or she's just stupid.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's kind of both.
Yeah. And that's the weird thing, is she does, like... The entire family has moments of, like, misunderstandings, and that's normal. But it's like, yeah, there's definitely that bit where it's like, the amount of obliviousness you have in this moment is so high that's like, it is difficult to believe. So, I think what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to give this... I am not going to give this the same level of looking over it as the first movie, because I feel like this one's even more egregious than the grenades that don't kill people. So I think I'm going to do what I've done in the past and say, is this a 10 out of 10 movie? Does it deserve to be a 10 out of 10 movie? Sure. It can absolutely be at that level. But it has one sticking point that I cannot get behind. And they have to fix that to keep it from being to make it be a 10 out of 10 movie. You have to get under control that you either need to make it the plot that they know, or the plot is they don't know. And if you're reaching the parts where it's unreasonable for her not to know, then she should know. And you're at that point in this movie where it's becoming unreasonable that she does not know. The problem is they don't have a good way to make her know. Because again, she's a spy, or she's an assassin for the East, and he is a spy for the West, who she would be contractually obligated to kill. So...
I think they don't want them to ever find out because they don't want to explore that.
Yes, exactly. And that's the problem is, I'm fine with that, but then you've got to stop writing plots where it is unreasonable for her not to know. This is right on that boundary of it is too unreasonable for her not to know. You have to find a way to write the plot where it does not ever become a question of, but why is she not picking up on this?
Hello, Assassin Yor. I need you to target Twilight.
Yeah, and that could happen. And who knows?
That'd be interesting, though. That'd be a really interesting movie. Or a season.
Yep. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to do the thing that I did for another show. The same thing I did for Lycoris Recoil. And I'm going to set this at what I've defined as, I think I defined it as like high 9. No, I defined this as a low 10, which doesn't make sense because there's no concept of low 10. But it is something that is slightly below 10. That is like, it is a perfect show in all ways except that one small thing that they need to fix. This is that one small thing they need to fix. So, between the two of these, Season 1 and this show, I'm giving like, not even a half-point reduction, but like a quarter-point reduction of like, you have to get this figured out. You can't not solve this. Because this is a critical point of the characters that's central to the story. Like, if you have a minor graphical error, or a minor character that, like, there's a plot hole around, it's whatever. But it's like, this is so fundamental to their characters' stories. You can't work around it. So yeah, so I'm going to set it at that level, which is slightly under 10, but in all other ways is a 10 out of 10 show. So, between this and the previous season, it's averaging at like a 9.9, where it's just like, just fix this damn thing. Or just don't go to this extreme again. If they just make if they make season 2, for example, and they don't have any moments like this, or the first season where it's so unbelievable, then it's fine. It's a 10 out of 10. No questions. So yeah. That's all I've really got to say about the show. It is a perfect show. But it's like,
if you want more opinions, go watch our hot take on it.
yep, go watch our hot take on it.
We've
Go
said
watch
all we've said for the show,
Yeah.
honestly.
We've said everything we can for the season 1 and the show. So, that's going to be it for this episode and this series. We will come back next time with not Spy Family. Anything. Not season 2. Nothing.
Yep.
So, a new show. Until then, we'll see you all on the next Saturday, Sunday Hit Anime.
Goodbye.